The first thing you should know is this is not my voice. Unless I am an awesome ventriloquist and mimic, but alas, no Gottlob gear moment here. However, these, dear friends, are my words. This is Dexter. I'll tell you about him in a moment. So no, this is not my voice, but these are most definitely my words. And with them, a bit later, I want to do something spectacular. I want to plant a tree. Confused? Hang on in there. You will see. In 2003, my life took a bit of an unexpected turn. I suffered a brainstem stroke. That wasn't in the marvelous Dawn Faizey Webster game plan, I can tell you. One day I woke up and found myself locked within my body. I put the key back in the ignition, tried again. Nothing. But here's the strange thing. The utterly beautiful brain that is creating these words just for you is unaffected. It remains as sharp as a razor. But apart from blinking my left eye, I'm pretty much stuck. My body just wasn't talking to it anymore. And so my fully functioning body, that I've become quite attached to over the years, is paralyzed. So what should I do? For a while there, I was tempted to throw up my hands, metaphorically speaking. You see, I'm trying to move my hands for you now, but can't. No, I was tempted to say, life, you suck big time. I'm giving up on you, life, you rotten swine. And then I realized something. I realized I would be giving up on me. And one thing I will never do is give up on me. And I will not give up on my son, Alexander. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes it's been tough. When I used to see people playing with Alexander, cuddling my son when I couldn't, any mother would find that tough. But that's the important thing. I am still and will always be his mother. Back then, when I came out of the coma, my legs were causing me the most terrible pain. But the stroke had silenced me, so I could not tell a soul about it. Imagine that. If you want a definition of suffering in silence, that's a pretty good one. Imagine your loved ones looking at you in a hospital room, and you are screaming at them, I'm here, and they can't hear you. They can't hear a single word, and you realize they will never hear a single word you will ever say again. But I'm going to be frank with you because I think we're now friends. Early on, I wanted to die. It was too painful. It was too much, just not my legs, but the loss of everything I'd had in my lovely life, everything I'd treasured most. I'd never done anything to anyone else. I tried to help people always, my fantastic students. And life does this to me. So yes, I wanted to die. And then I discovered something. Just one little thing we all take for granted. I know I did. Blinking. So for the last 15 years, I have communicated with the world by blinking my left eye. Forgive me for saying so. It is a bloody brilliant left eye. I guess most of you can type in one way or the other and probably do, 20, 30 words a minute. I do one. One glorious word a minute. But the way I look at it, one is better than none. So proceeding at my lightning pace, my left eye has been rather busy. With it, I've done a degree in ancient history. That took me 6 years blinking. I did a master's in history of art, 2 more years blinking like mad. And then just when academia thought it was safe, last September I started a PhD in architectural history. That's going to be interesting. But I will do it. Nothing will be able to stop me. And that's what I want to tell you. No, nothing is going to stop me. But I have, over time, come to the conclusion that very often it is we who stop ourselves. One of the words for my condition is locked-in syndrome. Locked in, and no one has the key. But you know what? I've come to realize that what happens in life, through no fault of anyone's, is that we become locked out. The sheer daily pressure of life locks us out from appreciating and treasuring the things in life that are simple, that matter. Things like introducing my son to the delights of Blackadder, discussing the finer points of Monty Python's Life of Brian with anyone who will listen, listening to music, especially heavy and death metal, going to the cinema. I recently had a girls' night out. I went to see 50 Shades Freed, but no one's perfect. Things like shopping and buying extremely unsuitable shoes. I mean, come on, look at the babies on my feet now. I came to meet Dexter Dias QC here when he was researching a book called The 10 Types of Human. And Dexter asked the question you're probably asking yourself. How does she cope? Which is really code for the more interesting question, how would I cope if something like that happened to me? Well, here's the thing. We seem to have something in us that helps us. I believe almost all of us have. What I would like to share with you is something else, because I've come to realize that the life that almost left my body in 2003, as I was sitting on a sofa, pretty much minding my own business, that life can also lock us out of appreciating the small daily miracle of sharing our lives with those people, the weird people around us who we call family and friends. It can lock us out of understanding how this cosmic blink of the eye we inhabit may not be the best of all possible worlds, but is a pretty wild ride nevertheless. Notwithstanding the odious twerps that will cross your path, and cross it they will. Life can be maddening, yes, but also fan-blooming magnificent if we want it to be. If we grasp it with both hands, as I have tried to do, by the simple, excruciating, monotonous, and magical act of blinking. So, dear life, you arrogant swine, know this. You did not beat me. Pick on someone else your own size next time. Because here's the thing, folks. If I could do it, if I could fight back, if I could find my voice when the words that used to pour out of my mouth were taken away, then so, my dear, dear friends, can you. You see, when I was first silenced, I couldn't speak about my pain. And that is what I worry about the people out there who are silenced, who cannot speak about their pain. And I'm wondering how we can change that. One of the things is to spend time with them, not to ignore them, to look them carefully in the eyes, so carefully you can see them blink. Then I think you will see. There is an old Chinese proverb. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. So let's go planting, because life, in all its maddening magnificence begins again today. Thank you.